I'm back. I'm going to do a video on stuff that I've learnt. I've had like 3 people in the last week come to me with similar symptoms, some more severe than others, but it's still similar symptoms, and the symptoms being that they can't be around Wi-Fi, mobile phones, internet, electricity they're sensitive to. One case, when I looked in, I mean, this poor man, he really had to like move countryside. He had to adjust his life in order to be able to live in it, due to all the, due to his, what he was suffering with. And when I looked in on his consciousness, so out of this projection into where the light bodies are, I saw that his male light body, there was another consciousness on his male light body, which happens a lot actually. People attach themselves to other people, and especially to the male side seems to be the most popular. So you can get other people's thoughts and emotions, and they're not your own, they're somebody else's. And this happens especially like people splitting up with people, or abuse, or whatever it is. It's a way of, people like maybe control issues with the other person and stuff like that. Anyway, this gentleman that I was speaking to, he had another consciousness attached to him. When I followed this line of consciousness, there was a man standing, and this man looked, it wasn't like a normal light body. And when I'm looking and trying to figure out what was going on, I saw that this man was attached to a lot of traumatized consciousness in the walls of the matrix. So when a consciousness gets really traumatized, this could be any trauma really, but when it's really traumatized, like when it's like satanic, they get complete and utter fear, terror. This consciousness, when it splits away from the light body, it goes into the walls of the matrix, and it basically, it becomes a conductor for electricity. Now I'm thinking, actually, when a consciousness becomes so condensed, it actually produces electricity. It's not a conductor, it produces electricity, and that electricity has been running the matrix and all the other matrices around planets. Now, the man that I was looking at, he was attached to loads of traumatized consciousness, and then was channeling it through himself and to the man that I was speaking to. So this poor man, he was basically getting electrocuted from from so much traumatized consciousness, that his body was so full up that if he, any electricity that came across, it was just too much. His cup was like so full, his body couldn't take any more. So yeah, it was a case of this gentleman is more needs more sessions, but it was basically, first of all, was to cut this religious figure off. So it was not good. So this is what seems to be maybe why people get very, very sensitive to, because you can attach to a lot of your own trauma if it's not cleared, and you just stay attached to it, and that trauma is producing it's so dense it produces electricity, then that's going to have an effect on your physical body. It will channel electricity to your physical body. So we're thinking that the electric is coming from outside, and we're reacting to that, but actually it's coming from within our own consciousness, not from telephone lines and internet lines and mobile phones. Actually, the real problem is actually what's going on with our own consciousness, and what's being, how much trauma is being felt through there. So yeah, that's what I'm discovered in the last week. I hope you're all okay. Enjoy this video. Subscribe if you want to subscribe, and if you want more videos, then you can happily go on to my Patreon site. I'll put a link at the bottom of the page. Okay, thanks for listening. You take care. Bye.